Hello everyone, my name is Gordon Hemwood. I am with Veeam Software. Today with me up here I have another SE in the local patch, which is Kevin Flynn. In the back, a couple of our TMs, we have Steve and Denise. So I can answer any questions you like in regards to our product coming forward. And today I want to thank Unify for having us here. It was a beautiful, beautiful location. I've never been here before. I just found out that Plymouth Rock is not really over here. It's over there somewhere on some island. So I'm learning some things around here. I'm from New Jersey, the great state of New Jersey. So we're going to talk about our digital future with Veeam. With the adoption of IT, we went from retrieving our data from mounds and mounds of books to now using the Echo Dot there saying, hey Alexa, how the Yankees doing today? All right? So you'll be able to do that transitionally easy. So what that means for the business is that now everyone has data at their fingertips. So I need to have my data readily available. So at Veeam, we believe of ourselves as the always-on availability software company. Yes, we are data protection. Yes, we are replication. Yes, we are those feature sets as well. But we believe in having your data always on at your fingertips. S&P 500 companies has learned over the years that to adapt to the business needs, they need to have IT infrastructure. So about 20, 30 years ago, we started with the system, the piece of box systems, to make sure the data is readily available. And then we quickly moved into an integrated system platform where we're now combining many of those piece of boxes into one system to provide the data. Then came the software defined. This is VMware, Hyper-V, and coincidentally in 2007, this is where Veeam started. We started as a replication tool to move VMs across the hypervisor. Today, we are in a work-centric system environment, which means we have on-prem data, we have off-prem data in the cloud, we have data all over the place. With Veeam, we're now able to protect your environment no matter where your workload is. We're built on industry standards. We're infrastructure agnostics, meaning we're not really tied into one particular vendor, even though we do have great partnerships out there. And we're automated. We're very simple to download and place us into your environment. Again, we are thinking of ourselves as always on. Your data always has to be there when you need it. So no matter where your workload is, if it's backups as a service or MSP or on premises, if you have a physical workload or not, we're able to now protect your data, move your data, and give you complete visibility of your data. Legacy backup software usually have poor RTOs and RPOs. We at Veeam, we're actually two products in one. We're both a backup product and a replication product. We're agentless, meaning to protect your SQL environment or your Exchange environment, you don't have to place an agent on your VM to quiesce it. We're able to do that without an agent. We're flexible, we're software defined. So if you want to place us on a VM, you can. If you want to place us on a physical server, you can. We're flexible for that. We are one of the forefathers of the instant recovery process. So our instant recovery process, not only we're able to back up to your repository, keep that backup file in a compressed and deduplicated state on storage, we're able to, in the event of an outage, using our patented vPower technology, be able to now mount your VM back up into your hypervisor, and I turned it off, back into your hypervisor, bring your VM up within 2 minutes.
So think of it as kind of like you get the donut in your trunk and you get a flat tire and you have to throw that on. That's what we can do, is where we can pretty much, okay, we have, for example, a crypto locker on a VM, power off the VM, run it off the backup file, the most recent restore point you have, and then when it's time to move back into production, then you can storage vMotion it after hours. That way downtime is only 4 or 5 minutes when one of these events occurs.
So using our vPower technology, we're able to now verify our backup processes. So now we can take that backup file, mount it into a private non-routable LAN area, virtual LAN. So this way you could test patches, as Sophos mentioned before, prior to going into your production network. And part of this process, what we call a sure backup process, we're able to verify your VMs, your OS, and your application. And at the end of that process, we'll then send your email saying, yeah, your backup from last night is recoverable and is in great condition. The other part of our availability suite is called Veeam One, and this will provide detailed monitoring and reporting into your virtual infrastructure as well as your backup infrastructure. So you have a NOT, they're looking at your backup infrastructure, they'll be able to notify the storage team if there's an outage with some storage as well.
So yeah, what's nice about the Veeam One piece is not only tell you having complete capacity planning on your virtualized environment, optimizing your virtualized environment where you have those VMs that have too many vCPUs or too much memory, but also it's going to tell you which VMs aren't being backed up. The protected VMs report is a good one as well. And also tell you which repositories, if you have multiple backup repositories, which ones are getting near, full capacity. So being able to be a little more proactive with your data center management is what Veeam One provides as part of the Veeam availability suite.
So using Veeam, we're an all-in-one solution, like I said before. We're both a backup and a replication tool, so that's 2 in 1. We're able to now move your data not onto backup storage of any of your storage of your choice, we're able to move it into the cloud as well. And it also provides you the visibility into your backups and instant file level recovery capabilities within minutes as well. And what the last picture shows is that we're also able to do tape. Whether tape on your on-prem services or tape as a service off-site if you don't have the infrastructure on premises.
Yeah, one of the pieces I'd like to mention, or go back real quick, is that ability to be hardware agnostic. So you can leverage your existing infrastructure and we have great partnerships with HPE and Nimble, for example, where we have deep integration where you can actually get better performance with your backups. So just, we can leverage whatever you have on-prem.
So the key word you heard today over and over again was simple, right? But we are truly a simple, scalable architecture. You're able to download our software within a few hours, able to stand up an infrastructure and back up or replicate your VMs today, no problem. It's real simple, real easy. We're able to now utilize myself and Kevin to actually design the best performance out of your architecture as well. Some of the partnerships that we have today is many. 2 of them I want to highlight right now, well 3 actually, I want to highlight is with VMware and Microsoft. We're certified design for both hypervisors, the VMware as well as the Hyper-V. So that means we get the code, we test the code, we make sure that when you put our software within your network, we will work exactly the way we told you it's going to work. The other partnership I'd like to highlight, which you also see, is our partnership with HP. We have support for their Store Once product. We have the Store Once Catalyst backup and Catalyst replication coming out in the next vision of our product. Today we also have integration with the Nimble storage. What is great about the Nimble storage, not only we're able to do storage volume snapshots by us calling the snapshot on Nimble's behalf, we're able to also replicate that to a secondary location, Nimble storage on a secondary location, and then commence a backup from that volume snapshot at the secondary location. So that takes the workload off of your production storage environment and place it on your secondary location, and you'll be able to do tape out or send it to the cloud or use it as a virtual LAN on-demand sandbox area for patching testing. With the Nimble product, which you may mention earlier, was the secondary flash array. That array itself is powerful enough. It's a hybrid flash array. It's powerful enough to actually stand up an on-demand sandbox environment using our technology and still write backups into that array as well. So that's a good partnership that we have with them. Veeam is in 74% of the Fortune 500 companies today. Today, our install base is around 260,000 plus, and we're on target of making 300 1,000 installs for the end of 2017.
Yeah, so one of the things to mention here is that being part of 74% of the Fortune 500, not only do the SMB space, not only do we do the commercial space, we can also scale to enterprise as well. And that rapid growth of customers, a lot of it is word of mouth. All the folks are happy with us. I was telling one of our coworkers a story. One of my SE counterparts in Massachusetts, my coworker G, he started in August 2010. We had 5,000 customers. Now we're going to be pushing 300,000 customers in 2018.
So what that means with our install base, with our Net Promoter Score, the NPS, what we talked about with another vendor earlier, we're at 73%. That's double what our competitors are doing in our space. This actually means if you guys are looking for a reference for how we're working within their environment, they're more than willing to say, yeah, come in. I'll be able to tell you how Veeam is helping our business today. So, as I said, we came into existence and came to market actually in 2007. And in 2008, one of the first things, everything highlighted here in green is what we're first to bring to market. So we started off with the instant file level recovery. That's what we brought first to the market, and then everyone adopted to that way of life. I would like to highlight, I don't know if this is going to show, yeah, in 2014, quarter four, we brought the capabilities of having our Cloud Connect. What our Cloud Connect service is able to write your backups into a cloud provider using a TLS connection. So you have a secure connection, not using OpenVPN or VPN services. You have a choice of using our service to get into the cloud.
So we're going to continue to evolve, continue to innovate, so where the direction of IT and data protection goes, Veeam will be right there with it as well, leading the way.
So if some of those who haven't heard of us or have heard of us says, well, Veeam, they can't do physical backups. Well, that's no longer an option. We're now enterprise class ready software, so we're able to handle small businesses as well as big organizations as well. And one of the things now for those workloads that cannot be virtualized, we're able to have an agent for it. I know we say no agent, we're agentless, but now we have an agent. But this is the way we can protect a physical Windows box or a Linux box as well. What the Windows agent is, we offered when we first, a few years ago, the endpoint product to protect laptops. So this same agent now is able to not only protect your laptop, it's able to protect your workstation and your server. What's great about the laptop is, for example, this laptop here, we're able to schedule a backup as normal. We'll write to a local cache on your laptop, and as soon as you're plugged back into your network, we'll move that backup file into your repository. So now it's all centrally managed through Veeam itself.
The other piece about the Windows agent, for example, is the granular recovery provided with AD, Exchange, SharePoint, Oracle, SQL. You can get that same granular recovery with the Windows agent. In addition, with the Windows agent, you can take that physical workload. So if you're putting workloads up in Azure, you can convert that physical server up to an Azure VM.
The other offering we have today is our Exchange for Office 365 offering. We're able to now go out to your Exchange organization, pull that data back into your on-prem storage so you can control it. So if you're using Exchange in Office 365, that data is going to stay for about 30 days. What happens to that data? You need to report on that data. You need to restore something from that data. This is the way to actually pull that data back onto your on-prem, under your control, again, on the one pane of glass for unified management. The next variation, which is out in beta today, is our automation piece. We're able to now do a RESTful API as well as PowerShell to automate the process of the Office 365 Exchange backup. And our next release of this product, what we bring in, they're introducing our support for SharePoint Online as well as OneDrive for those who are using it.
I have a quick question. Has anyone used the Veeam forums at all?
Are you new to Veeam, everyone here? Has everyone heard of Veeam? Okay, I've heard of Veeam, okay.
So one of the pieces about the forums is a very active user community, both internally as well as externally. And one of the big reasons this came was because we had a forum where people were requesting, we want SharePoint for O365, OneDrive for O365, and our product management team, they listen. So this is why we've evolved into SharePoint as well as OneDrive, and that's coming soon.
So we have a major release of our products coming out for 2018, and some of the enhancements here I place on this chart for you. One of the first things that was asked, mainly from that form that Kevin just referenced, is are able to provide NAS protection. So in our next release, in version 10, we're able to provide NAS protection. This means you'll be able to back up any filer and restore to any filer using our services. Another big ask is to speed up our replication process. And the way we did this is our partnership with VMware. We're able to take advantage of their VIO framework to now move their VMs across without taking a snapshot. So now we intercept that I/O, we move it across to your secondary site, and we get that down within 15 seconds. With our normal replication, we take a snapshot in native state, be able to move that across. We get that down within 10 to 15 minutes of replication time. Another big ask that everyone's cloud-centric, cloud-ready. How are you guys going to be able to write into the public cloud space? Well, we're going to give you now an agentless way to actually back up to object storage as well, coming out in our next release. We're also offering up an API. So we partnership with HP and Nimble to be able to move their things. Now we're able to give the community out there, the other vendors out there, to use our API to write to our code itself. So now we have more offerings. Three of the first adopters to this is IBM, Lenovo, and Infinidad, where we're going to have offerings with that as well. Other things that we're offering in our next product is our Veeam Contact Pack for Veeam Realize Log Insight. So now you have one pane of glass to view logs in your virtual infrastructure. And if you needed to have a VTL going out to the cloud, we partner with Starwind VTL. So now we have this service that can actually write to a VTL, move it into S3, and then you can move it to Glacier for long-term archiving as well. As I mentioned, the second part of our availability seat is our Veeam One product, which will monitor and report on your environment. Well, we made some enhancements to that product as well that's coming out. One of the things is now that we have the agent offering for our physical workloads, we're able to now report within Veeam One and monitor your physical agents as well. So we did some other things that's highlighted here, well, not highlighted, that's in gray. We do the business view of Veeam One. So as Unify are able to come to you guys and show you this product, you'll be able to see the layout of Veeam One. Other things that's great that's going to be in the next release is our heat mapping. So now you'll be able to report and monitor on the usage of your repositories, which is where your data is stored. And we're able to do remediation actions. So if one event was to happen, we're able to then do this automated reaction to it. Today, in our monitoring portion, we're talking about ransomware. So we have an alarm out there that's called possible ransomware activity. This alarm is actually it's based off of CPU uptimes and high I/O writes. So if you see this alarm generated throughout your environment, as in your NOC, those guys who monitor your backup environment sees this alarm going off, noticing that 10 VMs is behaving erratically, then you'll be able to start to investigate what's going on with those VMs and then execute your DR plan. And then with Veeam, we believe in following the 3-2-1 rule, having 3 copies of your data in 2 different mediums, at least one of those copies being off-site. And using our tool, we'll be able to verify that every point of those restore points, we'll be able to recover your data as needed. So this is our platform. So no matter where your workload is, if it's in on-prem, off-prem, if it's physical, or if it's virtual, we're able to protect your data and give you complete visibility into your data. We're able to protect physical workloads, which is here in the Windows agent and Linux agent portion. We're able to, in the future release, be able to do an SRM replication plan together with our VM availability orchestrator. What's great about that tool is not only be able to replicate and manage the replication across managed sites, we're able to create a run book. So now it's going to create some documentation on the fly. So if you make some changes to the way you fail over your workload, we're able to update a document to go up to your C levels for documentation. So getting started with Veeam is real simple. You can contact Unified, say, hey, I'm interested in what Gordon and Kevin was speaking. How quickly this is what's gonna take me? Well, we believe in a fast start. So we'll come in, we identify what you're looking to see with our product. Then we'll be able to download our software, stand up your environment within 4 hours or so. And then we'll be able to come back after we collected some data and highlighted the points that we need to highlight for our success criteria and provide some data, analytical data for your C-level environment. So we give total cost of ownership, some business benefits, all to you to go up to chain for your C-levels as well. So utilizing us with Unified, we're able to give you a complete solution. So today, I kind of went over what we have today as far as the availability suite, what we are offering, where we're going, some announcements such as the Veeam agents. Now we can protect the physical workloads as well. We're cloud-centric, so we're able to move your workloads in and out of the cloud, whether it's public cloud such as Azure or AWS, or a smaller cloud offering for managed services. And getting started with us is really simple. Like I said, it's a fast start. You contact Unified, we come on site, we're able to address your needs, and then we're able to get that POC going quickly, proving that we can do what we say we're going to do to help your business. I know I went pretty quickly here. All right. My name is Gordon Henwood. Any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact Unified or myself, and we'll be able to answer any questions you have. Thank you for your time.